All right, I am here. Okay, what's up, guys? So I haven't really made an educational video in a while, and I'm like, I should probably do that. So I'm here to pick the low-hanging fruit, the lowest hanging fruit I can think of, and just bang something out in one night. So you remember how I said I was gonna make an AP Kaisa guide? Yeah, I kind of stopped playing Kaisa. So Kaisa was originally my punish pick in the sense of the best scaling champion I could pick to 1v9 if I could get away with it, right? And I kind of changed my new punish pick to Twitch, something along those lines. But there are times where you can still play Kaisa. I think Kaisa, if you are able to pick her and get away with it, is really good. And what getting away with it looks like is you get to your 2-item spike with no disasters. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the build real quick. What I currently recommend, the TLDR, what I currently recommend is press the attack with inspiration boots, and you're gonna go man immune into Ludens into Amp Tome, because that gives you your W upgrade, which is the whole point of AP Kaisa. And then after that, go Nashes so you can get your E upgrade, so you can go invisible. All right. I guess we'll just do explanation of the build right now. So man immune plus Ludens plus presence of mind will give you your Q upgrade and W upgrade. After you buy the Amp Tone, you'll have both upgraded for the mid game. But before that, you are not really a champion, so I prefer the press the attack variant versus the Hail of Blades variant. Hail of Blades was another form of AP Kaisa. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I do not think the Hail of Blades is as good actually, so I run the press the attack variant. But this is what the Hail of Blades variant looks like. You just take Hail of Blades, Taste of Blood, Eyeball, Ravenous Hunter, and you take Presence of Mind. Presence of Mind is important because it gives you more damage on your man immune when you complete it, right? So yeah, it's really good, really good. But this path actually sacrifices shoes, which I ran today. I thought it was actually really good because it allows you to just skip spending money on shoes to get to a faster Ludens plus Amp Tone power spike after man immune. Okay, that's very important, very specific, right? Doran's Blade, man immunes, Ludens, Amp Tone, very specific. 2-item spike, 2 upgrades. Okay, it's very important, and you can pick Kaisa if you can get to this point of the game without the game going to shit. All right, that is when you can pick AP Kaisa. Now, why would you pick AP Kaisa? All right, 3 reasons. Well, maybe 2 reasons. All right, 1, it's fun as hell. You just press W, go haha, and they die. All right. The second reason, you can actually just straight up 1v9. Like if I were smurfing from fucking unranked to challenger, we pick stuff like Twitch and AP Kaisa. All right, we're gonna get away with it. Right. And then the third reason, I don't really have a third reason. Maybe you guys like Kaisa or something, right? So let me tell you a little bit about the playstyle, and then we'll watch some clips on why it's good, and then I'll have an example game or 2 to go through with you guys. All right. If you don't know, we're not really gonna cover mechanics in this video. Just watch the Kaisa mechanics guide I made earlier. The mechanics really haven't changed, right? You still have your isolated Q ideas, Q auto attack ideas, W flash ideas, auto cancel E, auto cancel W, auto cancel ulti, R into W combo, E before ulti, stuff like that. It's all covered in that video. Okay, so we're not really here to show you mechanics. In fact, the AP variant Kaisa doesn't require as many mechanics because it's just W based, right? Of course, you're still gonna want to auto cancel anything, but it's not really the end of the world if you don't. But yeah, we're gonna really cover over the habits an AP Kaisa player needs, because it's actually different than other ADCs, I would say, right? Holding on to abilities and choosing when to use abilities is actually very important on AP Kaisa, because your damage can go from sky high to nothing if you play it incorrectly, even if you have the items. If you play it correctly, the skill ceiling is massive, okay? It's actually fucking massive, especially with Muramana damage and AP Kaisa, the AP damage, and the fact that you get E upgrade 3rd item. It's just insane, okay? This is the core item, by the way. Anything after this, maybe is situational, like Hourglass, Death Cab, Zanya's, whatever you need. All right, Void Staff, whatever. But yeah, let me show you why we would pick AP Kaisa. Okay, let me show you just 5 quick examples from the mid game. We're not really going to talk too much about the early game, It functions the same as pretty much all Kaisa. And remember, the goal is 2 item spike with no disaster. Do what you must in the early game in order to achieve that. So if there's a disaster, you just gotta go fix that. It's not really a Kaisa problem. That's a you problem, okay? Okay, let's take a look. So this one is AP Kaisa, just press W. So let me talk about the habits of AP Kaisa while we're watching this. So for AP Kaisa, when you get to the mid game, you have your 2 item spike, Manimune, Ludens, plus Amp Tone. That gives you Q upgrade, that gives you W upgrade. And the habit that's really important to form is making sure you do not miss W no matter what. All right, there's 2 phases for AP Kaisa. Okay, one, is there a guaranteed fight happening? If there is, do not use your W. You need to land W. If you didn't know, the reason why AP Kaisa kind of exists right now is because your W gets giga refunded on hit. You're playing AP Kaisa, and the scaling increased as well, right? This is like 2-3 patches ago, right? So go check out the patch notes if you want to take a look at why AP Kaisa is all of a sudden a thing. But that's the reason why, all right? It gives you giga refund on W. And it's very, 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 very important that you don't miss it, because the instant you miss it, you have to wait for your W to come back before you can do any damage, right? And this is literally the same as S0 Q, except 10 times more important, right? Look, I just fired that W and I missed. 12-second cooldown. Okay? If I fired W and I hit it, take a look. Okay, that was a miss too. If I fire W and I hit it, please show me hitting it. Boom, 4-second cooldown. There's a difference in 8 seconds. I can hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it and hit it. That's like 10 fucking W's or something, right? And that's like so much damage. Or you can miss like 3 times and you do 0 damage. Right? It's very important. There's a poke mode and there's an all-in mode. Right? Poke mode is you're not sure if there's a fight about to happen, go for it. Fire W's off like crazy, like you're a poke champion. Right? There's an all-in happening. Hold W until you can hit the guy you're trying to kill. Right? Hold onto it until you're absolutely sure. It's crazy how insane your W is on AP Kaisa because you can use it on the tank. So like for example, in this version here where we're coming to rotate to help this fight, we're not in poke mode, we're in all-in mode. We need this to work. We need these W's to land, right? So we should hold on to W. If you're in all-in mode, hold on to it. Like if you miss this, you can't help. Think about it this way. If you miss W on AP Kaisa, you have to wait for the W to come back. I'm not even joking. You can only isolate Q if your Muramana is even ready, and even then, like that's about it. Like you don't even have auto attacks. You don't have no attack speed, right? Yeah, at this two item spike era. Okay, you cannot miss W. Oh, did I forget? You need to max W second, by the way. If I don't know if I mentioned that, but that's actually pretty important for the cooldown as well. Cooldown goes down if you max it. All right, let's take a look at this. So here you can see the damage of AP Kaisa is very one-shot oriented. Boom! You see that on set? It's one-shot oriented with resets. W resets if it hits. Look at that damage on Thresh. Think of it as if you hit it, it's free damage, and if you miss, you do no damage. Okay, it's very polarizing. Is almost no. There's actually no in between. The only other guaranteed source of damage is Muramana auto attacks and your isolated Q. So you really cannot miss W with this build. All right, it's really important. Like even here, like it's really fun. Honestly, when you land W, it's actually so fun, and it's super 1v9 because you have permanent vision over the enemy team at objectives. Because when you're in poke mode, right, you spam W at them, you see them, and because you can see them, you can keep hitting them with W's, right? So here we're in poke mode, and then when a fight breaks out, you're insane because you have one-shot potential on backline, or you W down the front line over and over again, and the front line can't really dodge, right? So here we're looking for isolated Qs. So in the mid game, remember, you're fishing for poke mode W or all-in W and isolated Qs only. So you see this? Why am I not walking up? Oh, I can't really do anything. No W, no isolated Q. Okay, don't walk up, right? It's very simple. It's very, if you play in this way, it's very consistent, very one-dimensional, which is great, right? So this is just poke mode. We're just firing off Ws. If we can hit this guy, usually you want to fire Ws off in Fog of War so they can't see it coming, right? So you literally just hit him twice and they just have to back. Like he has to heal, right? Oh, another condition for playing AP Kaisa is not only do you have to get out of lane into item spike without any disasters, you also have to make sure they don't have innate sustainer in their team. So usually like Soraka, Nami, Yumi, these champions are usually a no-go when you're playing AP Kaisa. Remember, you're poke oriented. right? With a lot of burst / all-in potential if you land all your W's, right? So here we're in poke mode. We just hit this guy. Let me show you the power of the AP Kaisa. Look at this. You literally just spam W from Fog of War, and all of a sudden, like all this damage is free. Let me take out my pen, okay? All this damage literally cost you nothing. Look, it didn't even cost you cooldowns or mana. Look at this. Look, it's actually disgusting. So you can 1v9 with this champion, okay? So if you really think you outskill your opponent, this is a good champion for you. You just need to get out of the laning phase, okay? Okay, that was really bad. So why was that really bad? Because we were in poke mode here. There is no fight happening, right? And in here, this is not poke mode anymore because our teammate is trying to engage, right? So how can we differentiate the difference between poke mode and fighting mode, like all-in mode, right? And the difference is a fight about to break out in the next like 5 seconds, right? How do we know if a fight's about to break out? Well, are your teammates, walking up to them to engage them, or are they walking up to us to engage on us? Or is there an objective on the map? Like, are we, did someone start the dragon? That is not poke mode anymore. We're fucking fighting, right? Did someone start the dragon? Did someone hit the tower? All right. So here, missing W is really important because you see how Wukong is giving us all these stacks so we can try and ulti in. You can ulti W one shot on AP Kaisa because W gives you 3 stacks, right? So this CC gives you 1 stack, 3 stacks, gives you 4 stacks. 1 auto attack after RW combo is insta kill on backline. Literally killing. Is literally winning, honestly. RW into Q auto attack is instantly killing one of these guys. But because you wasted your W since you thought you were in poke mode and there's a fight going on, you can't do anything for 7 seconds. Or if you do something, it better be with Q, isolated Q, because that's all you got, right? So in this case, we're like really strong, so we can still go in. But I just want to highlight how insane it could have been if I had W here, right? We could use W, RW in, and then we'd have a second W by the time the first W is over. Like by the time we landed the first W, the cooldown would have refreshed and given us a second W. And like I said, like in AP Kaisa, W is literally like your whole kit. So yeah, you really don't want to miss W. Like in this case, yeah, it's kind of a bad example that I'm missing a lot of Ws, but this is showing Muramana damage as well. Things you can do while in poke mode, and also when you're all-inning without your W, right? You can still look for Muramana Q damage, Muramana auto attack damage, right? Okay, and then let's take a look at this. So this is poke mode into all-in, right? So here, does it look like we're in poke mode or all-in mode? There's a fight going on. We're definitely all-in mode, right? So we cannot miss W. So just chill out here, wait until we can land it. I think it's guaranteed. And because you can land it, you can just giga spam. Look at this. You just giga spam W onto them over and over again as they're running away. Like you just have permanent vision on them. It's insane, right? And we can go in here and you can try and finish them up. Okay, I fucked up there. This is why it's low-hanging fruit. I actually don't have that many good examples prepared for you guys. But that was supposed to be a kill, right? I just fucked up the mechanics, all right? I just want to show you the power of AP Kaisa. Poke and we can all in, all right? Now, let us take a look at the low-hanging fruit that is this game. The reason why we're bringing it up today is because I found an enemy team that I wanted to punish. They picked Ezreal Morgana, right? Not a very strong lane, in my opinion, right? So we can easily get out of lane. So I'm like, okay, I want to pick Twitch. But I did not want to pick Twitch against Pantheon, Elise, and Nasus. So I was like, okay, I'll pick Kaisa, right? Because, Kaisa just pressed W and then we win the game. Herder, right? So let's take a look at Kaisa. Let us go through the early game a little bit. And we can go into the mid-late game, which is where I think is the most important stuff. All right, so let's just fast forward through the laning phase a little bit. We'll just see some of the highlights. Basically, it's, the same mode, play to your lane's win condition, right? If you don't know how to play the laning phase, watch my guide to play how to lane as ADC. Also, that was really bad. I just got dumpstered, right? Yeah, don't do this where you're 2v1 trading for no reason. Okay, fast forward. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Okay, some kind of fight is breaking out. We thought we were dodging the Morgana bind, but obviously kind of missed it. And then Ezreal is just running it down, so I guess we kill his ass. It's really like, can you proc passive? That's when you can kill someone. Maybe can you proc passive? Can you land W? All right, fast forward. All this is fine. We're just keeping this. You don't have to do anything crazy on Kaisa, right? Actually, this is really interesting. Since I'm taking exhaust, let's look at an exhaust example. Really interesting that came up today. Pantheon's ulting in. I'm gonna exhaust him, right? So you would think that's winning. But here's actually something I learned about exhausting dive champion, right? Is if you do not kill them, after the exhaust is over, you've lost. So we can't exhaust Pantheon first because he has his shield that does blocks all damage. We have to exhaust him last, right? Or exhaust him and run away. You can't actually kill him, right? Pantheon's actually really strong early in the game. That's something I ended up learning this game. But I thought that was really interesting. I was like, holy shit, I exhausted him and we still lost. Okay, let's take a look at this. Just a standard, well, not really standard, but a sample 3v3 in the bot lane. Looking for W's and Q's. I actually like to point out that the W probably wasn't the best. We did land it on the carry, but it was not on the guy we were trying to kill. So having W here would make this infinitely easier, right? So you probably want to save your W until you're using it to kill someone. If there's any lane advice I want to impart, it's save W until you know you're guaranteed to aim this guy, or you're just done with the fight. You're gonna leave after. W is like your outplay tool on Kaisa. All right, it has to land. So you'll notice that I am Ludens plus Amtone off, being able to 1v9 the game. That's all you really need to do, is not die to stack your mana immune, so you can do more damage, and also not die so you can generate as much. You want to literally get to that 2-item spike as soon as possible. Otherwise, you actually can't play the game. All right, you are not a champion until you hit this 2-item spike. I promise you. Right? You're just Giga Jabate, and you do small amounts of damage if you land your stuff, right? So let's take a look here. This is the mid game without our items, right? You notice that in terms of damage, we're not really doing too much. Oh, I actually upgrade Q in the middle of the fight so I can have more damage. It seems super int, but I actually think it was the right choice. You isolate Q as Morgana, right? And then we peacing out, right? Because how can I land W here? Oh, never mind. We can land W, so we're going back in, right? See how that works? Your W, basically, your pre 2-item spike, can my W and or proccing passive do anything? Or isolated upgrade Q. Okay, now, because they inted a little bit, we have the 2, literally base. Look at this. We'll literally base for the item spike, right? That's like, this Ludens is not an item spike. It's not a spike, right? Your spike is when you get your W upgrade. Then you have this spike, right? So yo, we got a base for it, right? Then we can play the game. So now this is the important stuff I wanted to show you. When we can actually play the game is when we get the W upgrade, and then you can Giga outplay the enemy teams when you get your E upgrade, and then you just win the game when you get like 6 items, I guess. If you lose the game with Kaisa at 6 items with AP Kaisa, you need to practice more. You need to learn the champion more. Something's wrong with your mechanics, probably, or brain, or both. Okay. Let's watch how I do. So here we're in our poke mode. Okay, we're just fishing for free W's. Right? Here we're waiting the tower because we think it's safe. We see at least top, whatever. We have Lulu ulti. We're good to go. Remember, the most important thing about AP Kaisa and non-AP Kaisa is the poke mode versus non-poke mode idea. You see this? No fight is about to happen. I can just fire off W's like whatever. Also, W with the Ludens is super annoying. Look at this. I can just Giga stop their base. Look at this. And I just permanently see them. Like, what are they going to do? And because they make that mistake, we just are able to just push out everything. There's literally no fear, right? Someone that comes to gank you, just W them 5 times in the face. And, you know, a lot of times they won't have sustain, so they have to figure out how to get their HP back, right? This champion is not balanced, actually. If you can get to your 2-item spike, it's not balanced, right? Here, we're going to push one more. I mean, this is just, we just kill Pantheon. You can observe damage here. We landed 1 W. I actually missed this W here, which is really unfortunate, but whatever. Work on my mechanics, right? Fast forward. Q actually Ludens actually helps you push mini waves as well, right? So you don't really have any wave clear issues. You just Q auto attack. Okay, they're trolling. They try to take a 2v3 mid for some reason when Syndra is behind, but whatever. Not my problem. Take the tower, right? Fast forward. We're in poke mode again. Lulu's trolling, I think, running the wrong direction. So here we can fish for W's. But the instant you miss that, remember, if you miss the W, you cannot do anything. Think about it. I want you to think this is a golden rule, okay? You live and die by your W. You miss that, I'm out. Yo, I'm gone, dude. Literally cannot help. If I land 10 W's, okay, we can help. If I miss W's, I'm out, boy, right? There's nothing I can do here. Okay, here we go. Same thing here. This Baron, remember, when they start an objective, that's also not poke mode. That's all-in mode. You cannot miss. If you miss, you just gotta back off, right? So if you see them at the Baron, you need to take extra care that you do not miss. It doesn't matter who you hit, as long as you hit a champion to get your resets off. I don't care. It doesn't matter if it's a tank. It doesn't matter if it's a backline. right? You just need to hit somebody. If you miss, it is super bad. I can't stress how bad it is, right? Like you live and die by the W skill shot when you play AP Kaisa. So you see this miss, 12 seconds. Yeah, you just AFK for 12 seconds, okay? Let's keep going. You'll see me just waiting around for my W. I literally, like, Wukong goes in. Yo, I'm just chilling, dude. Unless you can do something without your W, which is not common. You see that? I literally isolated Q and walked away because I have no W, right? And we're just waiting until we can land free Ws. And then you just spam it over and over and over again in the fight, right? You just look at us. Here we make some play with W into Q auto attack, right? Totally fine. They're just trying to chase us with 4v1. I mean, just W again, dude. Literally, your W is just disgusting. Like actually disgusting. We almost got away with that. We almost got away with that, like 2v4 there. That's is not even funny. Like this champion is super broken when you can get to your item spikes. All right. Like actually, I don't understand why Riot made this change, but hey, you know, if you can get away with it, just pick this champion, right? Or have another pocket punish pick. But remember, your 1v9 pick should have a specific way to win. So Kaisa, 2 item spike W spam, right? And then you're Giga Strong, and then you spam W. So we're in poke mode, right? No fight is guaranteed to break out. So we're still in poke mode. You see how insane this is? If you have vision on them, and they don't have vision on you, it's actually, they can't play the game. We just Baron. Like what are they gonna do? They're gonna come stop our Baron? I spam W. I will literally spam W into this chokehold over again until they die. Like that's how insane this is, right? So yeah, AP Kaisa is really giga insane, but you know, you have to get to 2 item spike. If a lot of what I'm saying is repetitive, it's because League is kind of very what's it called? The pattern is very specific for winning on this champion, right? It's literally the same thing every time. You know, it's poke mode until there's a committed fight, right? And then when it's a committed fight, we just make sure you hold W until you get landed, isolate Q, and then ulti to finish someone off, right? It's very simple, right? And you rinse and repeat, right? The biggest habit you want to build is this W usage. You see this? If I don't think I can land W in this whatever is happening, don't use it. I promise you, if you miss it, you will FF. You deserve to lose if you miss W on AP Kaisa. Actually, okay? Just watch how this teamfight plays out. If you don't think you need to use it, just don't use it. No problem. Just chill. No need to do anything, really. Right? And we just win the 5v4, especially after they take like a bunch of random damage from my W, right? Back to poke mode until something happens, right? It's literally poke mode until something happens. And if you do miss, back off. Okay? If you do miss, just chill. Here, we think we can do something without our W. It's actually really funny because AP Kaisa turns into regular Kaisa's gameplay when you get the Nashers. Because Nashers gives you attack speed, and it also lets you have E invisible upgrade. So now you start playing like normal Kaisa with W upgrade. Okay, when you get the Nashers, now you're just Giga OP Kaisa, right? Nash is also very important third item because it gives you 20% CDR, which is necessary for your W poke spam, right? But whatever, it's pretty important. But yeah, not kind of an inflexible build. But honestly, the rewards are just insane. Like that, how is that balanced, dude? Like I'm sure I'm 8-4, but I mean I'm sure you guys have been like 8-4 on like Misfortune or whatever ADC you guys play nowadays. And this is not as dumb as this. Like my W cooldown's already back. I could have ultied in, auto attack, flash auto attack. That would have killed him. I just chose not to. You know, I could have literally like this is just not balanced, right? But that's the reward for getting to your 2 items. Like that's the reward for your team playing without an ADC for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes, depending on how bad the game is going, right? So if you think you can get away with Kaisa, do it, right? Like this, the reward is massive, but the skill is also very high. High skill, high reward. And if you can do it right, it literally looks like this, where look at his health. It's just gone because I just proc W and passive, okay? So I want you guys to try this out, but remember, it is a punish pick only. You can't first pick this. If you first pick this, and they pick Nala's Misfortune and Olaf Jungle, you are inting the draft, okay? That's Draft Kingdom, okay? You are not getting to your 2 item spike without major disasters happening because you know, what's usually going to happen is, you know, your jungle picks something stupid like Nocturne, and then your support picks Yumi, and you can't lane, and then you lose 3 dragons by the time you get to your 2 item spike, and the game's over because you can't stop Infernal Soul, Dragon's Mountain Soul, whatever soul, and then you lose Bear. You know how it is, okay? When you can get away with it. When you can get away with it, all right? And I think that is going to be my low-hanging fruit for today. I know it's not really a true AP Kaisa guide, but I just wanted to get this out there because I know I said I'd make something, but I kind of stopped playing this this punish pick. I started picking Twitch because his spike is earlier than Kaisa's. His punish spike is earlier than Kaisa's. It's just Dirk Blade the Ring King, lol. So yeah, I started playing that instead. But I will play some more AP Kaisa if it comes up, right? If we just need the safety of W spam and the lane is free. Yo, maybe sometimes I can pick Twitch. I'll pick Kaisa, right? Yeah, let me know how this game or how this works for you guys. Yeah, I would say put this in your pocket. It should not be your main go-to. It should be your they're inting draft. How do I guarantee a win for myself? How can I 1v9 based off their troll draft? That's what this pick should be, right? You can't just pick it randomly. That's how you lose super fast, okay? But yeah, let me know how that goes for you guys. Hope you guys have fun, and yeah, as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, kind of low effort video today, but hopefully it was instructional. If there's anything you want to take away from today, AP Kaisa, specific build path, the habits for poke, the poke mode and non-poke mode, very important. How you use your W, and everything else is just regular Kaisa mechanics. Okay, so yeah. Thanks for watching.